Nathan, and this week we'll be talking about the 80s. Yeah, I don't know what just happened, but cool. Alright, well, we'll be talking about the 80s this week, and today I'll specifically be talking about the metal genre. Alright. Alright, now what is metal exactly? Well, according to the dictionary, it's energetic and highly amplified electronic rock music having a hard beat. Okay, so it's like rock music, but thicker, richer, deeper tones, darker tones, all sorts of stuff. Give me 1 second. See if I can fix that video from going out. Power saver. Screw that. All right. Another part. What makes metal metal? Songs usually start off soft and end with a grand finale style. Not every time, but occasionally, to me. But it's more like traditionally it does that. Because in classical music, the the fullness of the music and amplitude, like soft parts, we got really loud parts, and comes back down and just kind of flows. But with metal, it's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like a square, like a not a square wave. What is that? Sawtooth wave, just going up. Yeah, it makes sense to us, I guess. But my favorite part of metal music is the guitar. It's why I wanted to play guitar in the first place. The guitar's highly distorted, abnormally distorted. Even like today, we'll even have the overdrive pedal just to crank up the distortion just extra as we push it beyond its limits. But traditionally, it's just crank the gain up. That's it. You don't have any pedals, just solely amplifier sounds. It's beautiful, especially with tube amps. Lovely. But with the guitars, power chords, not just like a regular C chord, but more like bar chords and just power chord. I don't know. See if y'all can see that. Power chords, kind of like that. Yeah, just go up, down. It's like do 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 do. Yeah, power chords. Everybody knows what they are if you're a musician or in the music business. Perks, right? Now, when you're playing power chords, to give it that deadening sound in between notes, palm muting. Lovely technique. Also, the high volume output, which creates, well, let's skip a point. Guitar and vocals fight for dominance. That is why guitars are always just cranked up. And the vocals, always loud, but not too loud. Because the guitars and the vocals are constantly competing for dominance. It's like one or the other. Who's going to hit first? Who's louder? Who's stronger? It's usually the guitar. Because the metal, usually the music's louder and the vocals kind of like right beneath it. Sometimes like that, but alternates because they're fighting for dominance. That's amplitude. Always fighting for dominance on the musical and vocal side. Or instrumental vocal. But if metal music does not have a guitar solo, it ain't metal. It's just not. Then there's also the ferocious drums, the constant just pounding and pounding of them drum heads, especially the bass. Also the cymbals, when you hit it, you can grab it. It's a cymbal stop. I think that's what it's called. It's really cool. It's like tss, tss, tss. Not just tss. It's like it just doesn't ring out. It stops. It gives it the pounding pace of the music. And the bass, apparently it's the strongest part in metal. It has more importance than any other genre, even jazz and blues, because it gives the metal music as a whole its dark and heavy texture. Just thick, round, and just heavy. Just like a lead ball. Then, well, harsher lyrics. Like death and despair, pain is life, yada yada yada, we all know. But for the 80s, what you got? Metallica, Master of Puppets, really dark lines at first. In the Passion Play, Crumbling Away, I'm Your Source of Self-Destruction. Okay, now that's just dark. Veins that pump with fear, not happiness, fear. Sucking dark is clear, leading on your death's construction. That's dark lyrics for music, traditionally. Especially back in those days, rock was all about happy, 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 hippie, hippie life. That's what rock was, but metal is like, nah, we're just gonna be sad. Not sad, sad, but like sad and angry. They did it really well. But you can't have bands without fans. Not like metal fans. Those big, yeah, it's not those kind. They're also called metalheads, which I'm actually a metalhead. Many of you are probably. I know several of you are at least. But during the concerts, the fans would use hand gestures like the demon horns. This thing, everybody thinks like rock on. Or this like subdued, like surfers, rock on. Hey, I don't know what that's for, but demon horns. It's also called the metal fist. I never knew that it was called either one. I just thought it was the rock hand. Just way. It's pretty cool though. Then there's, well, what I do daily, headbanging, just beating your head to the beat of the music. Just that's what they do. It's a thing. It's not just a thing, but because the beat's so hard, you just gotta feel it, and then your body just reacts with it. That's what headbanging and the sling of the wrist is. But really, what separated the metal fans, especially in the 80s, was their attire. It wasn't just dark attire, unlike the rock fans, which was bright, happy, leather jeans maybe, tight jeans always. But it was use of leather jackets, biker boots, tight jeans, and t-shirts. Usually dark color, like black, navy blue shirts with usually like some symbols on it, the band itself, album covers. You still see those today. But the biker boots, those kind of evolved into the tall gothic boots that everybody sees, like the 8-inch heel makes a little short 4-foot girl like 8 feet tall kind of thing. It's really weird. But in a way, they dress like, I guess you could say, a grease biker. Mix between a greaser and a biker, a grease biker. That's kind of what it is, except they didn't use grease in the hair. It was just fluff. Hair metal. Let's get to that. Hair metal. Boom. Hair metal. Now you can see here that is just hair everywhere. Long, fluffy hair. Long and luscious. They're proud they have hair. Especially Megadeth. Oh my gosh. I can't do it. You're metal because when you headbang, your hair just flails everywhere. Especially the girls. They just like swing it. The ponytail just round and round. That's just a. It's not a style. What is it? It's a part of you, I guess. It's a part of the music and the lifestyle. That's the word, lifestyle. All right. Now let's talk about some bands in the 80s. We got Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, Megadeth, Metallica, Motley Crue, Poison. We even got Slayer. Heavy metal for those days. At first, Guns N' Roses was birthed in 1985. 45 years ago. Twice as old as me plus 5. That's not that old, really, for music. But people think it's like, oh, the 80s, that was forever ago. But no, like, still hear these songs on the radio. Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City, Sweet Child of Mine. They were first made for that album, Appetite of Destruction, in 1987. Really? As late 80s, but still old. The oldies. No, oldies really 20s, minus all that. But yeah, then you got Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden's Run to the Hills. Really clean. Only in 1982. It's a good year. But for Iron Maiden themselves, even though they were birthed in 1975, their metal distinction didn't come out till the 80s when people started seeing them more, and that's when they really grew as a band and in popularity. Then we got Megadeth in 1983. Released their song Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good in 1985. I mean, just from the title itself, it's dark and satanic-y, I guess you could call it. Especially back in those days, what people thought. But no, it's like killing what? Killing souls, killing reputations, breaking hearts kind of stuff. Business always good. You aim right. Now, my favorite, Metallica. At the start of the 80s, in 1981, they came out with their song Master of Puppets. It's dark. It's like somebody controlling your life. It's like, you know what? I'm your master. You suck it up, deal with it, accept it. Because you're going to suffer either way, just accept it. Part of your life now. But yeah, they really started the 80s metal style of deep, dark tones and especially lyrical content. Very well done. Then we have Motley Crue. In 1985, he wrote or performed Home Sweet Home. I haven't heard that song before, honestly. The song I still hear to this day by Motley Crue is Kickstart My Heart. Everybody knows that. Well, not everybody knows it. Kickstart my heart and I never stop. Yeah. Oh, kickstart my heart. Yeah. Hear it on the radio. Still. Songs from the 80s. Still on the radio. It's not that old. Then Poison's Cry Tough. Also haven't heard it. It's like, don't cry. Suck it up. Man up. Fight, basically. Then we got the genres of metal. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, get these genres confused very, very easily. I guess on my nerves when people say Skillet is a screamo band. No, not one bit. It's rock, and they only screamed in one song, Monster, when they said Monster. That was it when I was told this. But for metal, there's glam metal, like glamorous. It's all about fashion, pop, hair, color, with dark colors. Just big outfits, just out there, a lot of body movements, all that. Then there's heavy metal, that's the traditional metal style. Glam metal is like the lower version. Lower, yeah. But they all have same rhythmic type. Dark. Fast or slow. Just heavy, deep, thick. But for thrash metal, really, really fast tempo. Use the machine gun style of strumming on the guitar. Just fast, always. Because you're just thrashing your head around, slinging everything. That's why it's called thrash. It's fast and heavy. Then there's death metal, which a lot of people think metal is all death metal. No. Death metal strictly is dark lyrics and slight use of screaming, and it grew from there to be screamo eventually, but they're still traditional death metal. The doom metal, that's interesting for metal because it uses a slow tempo, but it sounds heavier and depressing. It's like waiting for despair. You just like sitting there. It's like, dun, dun. Yeah, the Jaws thing, for example, is the Jaws thing in a way is this type of doom metal because it's slow, heavy, despairing. You're expecting doom. Jaws thing. Never thought about that before, have you? But then the darkest of metal out there, in this time, is black metal. It uses fast tempos, uses satanic lyrics and imagery and fashion. Always about like burn in hell, rot with me, you'll be my slave, this kind of stuff. But the artists dressed as corpses, white face paint with black tears or just black streaks, maybe some like blood looking stuff on them. Just give you that feeling of death and pain. Because in black metal, their lyrics were so vivid, it put them also on themselves, and they were trying to represent their lyrics by their visual appearance. It's nice. I mean, pop artists don't really do that. Except it's like just average looks. Kind of like just a t-shirt, shorts, glasses. But yeah. Oh, that is 80s metal for you. But just give you a little peek in the future. Black metal kind of just evolved into satanic screamo. Because it was so dark. A lot of people think that is what is that when they look back, so like, oh, 80s metal, it's that satanic stuff those kids listen to. No. It's really different. Satanic is the extreme, and black metal is just the precursor. So, if anybody tries to tell you, no, it's this kind of music, it's like this type of metal, but in reality it's not, here you go. These are the differences, especially on what makes metal metal. Have a good night.